So, jetzt muss ich. Sonst kann man dann tun wir die gerade mal suchen. Spotlight. Miriam. Spotlight. Hier. Ich suche gerade noch Diego. So, we are back. Okay, we are ready to start. Today is our last session for the Zoom Thursday. I'm really sorry about, okay, I'm not sorry. Hopefully we can open our dojo on Monday, but that will decided on Monday, so we hope so. Otherwise, yeah, we can take it away. Okay, today I have to say thank you for all who took part in the online training. Diego, Arthur, Tibor, Philippe, the Italian Kihon Dosa team who won the online voting, who we will have back today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paolo, for everything you have done, for the postings, for the beautiful pictures, for everything, for helping us to setting this up. Thank you so much. Okay, today you all have seen the fabulous, the amazing Kihon Dosa team from Italy, Anna Chiara Cortesimo, Sara Di Nicola, and Miriam Aliberti. Thank you so much for teaching today's lesson. Thank you, Diego, for making this possible. He's a teacher from the Kihon Dosa team. He's also the national team coach. The Italian Kihon Dosa team is the current world champion team, and everyone from the team is also individual world champion. So we will learn from the best today. Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.
I will unmute now all. Okay. The girls can unmute herself now.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Before starting, we wanted to say something that we think it's important. A bunch of thanks. First of all, thanks to everyone who actually voted for us in the online survey. We are really glad that you appreciated our lesson, and we are so honored to close this wonderful journey. Thanks, of course, to Sensei Oliver Drexler for giving all of us the chance to share the love for this sport. For giving us the opportunity as well to keep in touch with each other, and also kind of enlight these dark days that we are living, because it's not really a good time for all over the world. So thank you for the initiative. We would like, of course, to thank everybody who has participated, has connected to all of the lessons, and of course to every sensei and athlete who did the lessons on the previous Thursdays. So thanks Johannes and Melissa, thanks to Tibor and Sensei Philippe, Arthur as well, Diego, and of course to Oliver again. I also wanted to congratulate for the last lesson to Oliver, Sensei Oliver, because I think it was really inspirational, because it made me see Sport-on from a different point of view, a different perspective, because we are all so used to prepare and train in order to compete, of course, because we are competitors, but it made me realize that Sport-on can give so much. It's a really eclectic sport, maybe one of the most eclectic sports that can really suit everybody, thanks to our inventiveness and creativity. So thank you. And last but not least, we would like to thank Diego Falco, that is our coach, our sensei, and our friend. We would like to say thanks because, you know, he is a so humble person. He doesn't show off at all. And I think it's because he doesn't have to, he doesn't need to, because his results just speak for him. But if we have achieved what we have achieved, and I'm not talking just about the three of us, I'm talking about the national team, so the Italian team, and if we have achieved these results is thanks to him, because he has always believed in us. So thank you for caring so much. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for helping us every time. So thanks for being an amazing coach, but most of all, a wonderful person. We are so lucky to have you in both our sport path and life path. Okay, so we can start. As you can see, we are all separated because COVID happened, and we are in a red zone, so we cannot get out. And we will try to do our best, even though, you know, it's difficult to really coordinate each other at a distance, but we will try it. And yeah, I think that we can start. Let's cross our fingers for the connection that will be stable till the end, because I don't know. Okay, so today's lesson is gonna be about Kihon once again. Last time we have seen all the technical components, so how to do the movements, the clean movements, geometrical lines, and so on, the strikes, the height, inclination of the weapon, and so on. And I know that there were a lot of information, a lot of them concentrated in a really short amount of time. So this time I'm gonna recap all of them, and we're gonna practice even more so that you can really strengthen all the infos that we gave you last time. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let's warm up a bit first. Let's start with our neck. So 1, 2. Okay, change. Change. Rotation. To the other side. Okay. Shoulders. So they're gonna go up, forward, center, and backward. Change rotation. The other side. Change. The other arm. And forward. Other arm. And together. Change. Okay. Change. Up. Down. change. The other side. Okay, let's jump. Forward and backward. Now lateral. Okay. Change. Change. Change, we're gonna touch our ankles. And the knees. Okay. Change. Okay. Change. Okay, now our ankles. The other one. Okay, I think we're ready. We can start. We're gonna do the first 3 movements. So, Kirske, Rei, Kameto. I'm gonna repeat the fundamentals so that you can remember them from the last time, and we're gonna repeat them, okay? So, the first position, Shizentai. This means that we are, the heels are united. I'm gonna be like here, heels united, while the tips of our feet are gonna be just a bit separated, but not too much like this, just a bit, creating a little angle, okay? And the Kodachi is gonna be here. Our arms are gonna be by the side of our body, and they're gonna be not too much contracted, but not even like too soft, because they have to be reactive, ready for the command, okay? So they're gonna be here, creating this little space from the body, okay? And the Kodachi is gonna be inclined in this way, so 45 degrees downwards, and you should see it if you're frontally, you should see it, okay? So it's gonna be straight, not bent here or here, but straight, okay. Kirske. This means that we have to put our chest out. So don't focus on the shoulders or your scapulas. You don't want to do this. So don't think about shoulders or scapulas. You don't want to get them closer. What you want to do is pull the chest out and upwards. So this. And also the arms are gonna separate a bit more consequentially of the movement of the chest. So, and then we have Rei. Do you remember from the last time? We have said that Kihon is all about creating lines, okay? So here in Rei, we want to create just one line from the head to the back, okay? Passing through the neck. So we don't want to bend the neck. And in order to do it, we have to control our chin. So our chin is gonna be blocked in this position, so that I'm gonna create just one line. Sara, se ti metti laterale un attimo, mi sa che Sara si è bloccata. Chiara, ti puoi mettere tu laterale? Ok, fai Rei. As you can see, she's creating just one line from the head to the back. Ora usa il mento per storcere la linea, ok. So don't do this, or even vai dall'altra parte, cioè giù, or this, because it's too much, okay. And then we have kamaeto, this one. When you do this, don't be too much contracted, because you're gonna lose the control of the weapon, but you have to like gradually put it out of your hand, okay? So here we're gonna lift the weapon, lift it, and we're gonna bring it just in front of our belt, our knot belt, okay? We're gonna take it with the other hand and do kamae. That means that we are doing this movement. The kodachi slips through my hand here, and my hand blocks exactly where it should stay, here, and I'm gonna do this. So a kind of semicircle that goes from backwards, forward, and going up. So not this, but going up like this. And it should stop here. It should be directed to the neck of an adversary as high as we are. So here. And do you remember the legs? The leg that is in front with the foot that is in front. The leg is a little bit bent, and that gives me like the possibility to attack the space, because if it's completely straightened, I cannot like do a big step forward. So it's a bend, while the other one is straightened. Okay, the foot that is in front is facing forward, so it's straight forward, while the other one is facing the diagonal, so that my body is also in this diagonal 45 degrees, so that my body is not even like too much frontal or too lateral, but facing the diagonal, creating here. The other arm is gonna create this angle here. But the important thing is that we control our wrist here so that it does not bend like this, but it creates just one line from the hand to the elbow. So like this. And the arm should be half seen if you are in front of me, okay? If you're a judge in front of me, you should see this elbow, but not create too much of space here, just a little bit, okay? So let's start again and repeat it. So with me, okay? We're gonna repeat it 5 times, more or less, okay? Kusuke, rei, kamaeto. Okay, again, kusuke, rei, kamaeto, kusuke, rei, kamaeto. Important thing is that the label, this is a real important detail, because the label is facing downwards here, so that when I'm doing kamae, it's gonna face upwards. Okay, again. Kusuke, rei, kamaeto, kusuke, rei, kamaeto. Also, when you do Kihon, try always to do all the movements, trying to balance strength and so contraction, and also being fluid and soft. Okay. Okay. Moving on. First strike is men. So loading part, we go here with the elbow that we should see with the corner of the high, bringing the kodachi on the top of our head, at the center, right at the center of our head. And the kodachi should create this angle here. So it's going downwards and inclined as well as 45 degrees as always. Okay, so here. What I'm gonna do with men and also with Kode is extending my arm and bringing it in front of me. Okay, so that I'm creating this line here with my arm that is right parallel to the ground. So pay attention to this, not doing this or too much high, but here. And the kodachi should like create this angle because we can imagine that there is an adversary as we are, and we are striking his or her head. Okay, so again, let's try it. Menote. 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 Important is always doing funikomiyashi when we are doing the strikes. So this hit on the ground with my foot. That is not this. I don't lift too much my leg. Actually, my foot slips on the ground, then it lifts just a bit, and then I smash it down. Okay, so it's gonna be, okay, just at the end of my strike, when I'm almost there to strike, I move my body forward. Important is always being straight with our body. So when we're doing the strikes, we don't want to bend like this or even do like this. We want to always maintain one line that allows us to be also stable in position and also to really attack the space. Okay, let's try. Menote. Menote. When you're coming back to kamae, it's just this. I'm bringing the kodachi down, but without bending my arm. My arm is always straightened, always. So it's just down. I'm dragging this down. Don't be too much contracted, or you will do this, and it's too much. Okay, it's always controlled. So like this. Let's try. Menote. 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 Okay. Now I'm gonna watch some of you, and I'm gonna call you the command. Okay. Menote. 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 Okay. Important thing is when you actually do the strike here, I want always to lock my wrist here. Okay, so I don't let it go like this, but I always lock it so that I can create this angle. So don't lose your wrist. Lock it here. Here, it's locked. Okay, and so that when I'm gonna drag this down to kamae, all I have to do is this. From here, I just lower it. I just lower it. Okay, so lock it here. Don't let it go with your wrist. I know it's also difficult if you don't have a mirror, because you cannot see what you are actually doing. Okay, let's try again. Kamae, sorry. Menote, lock. Menote. Okay, keep on doing. Menote. Okay. Menote. Okay. Now let's do kote. It's just the same exact thing, loading part, so I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm gonna extend my arm, and this time I'm gonna bring this down here at the height of my hip. That means at the height of my belt as well, so here. That is exactly the height of my other wrist that is gonna be here. So it's just in front of me, okay? And it's gonna be parallel to the ground. So once again, I'm gonna lock it with my wrist, okay? To lock it, in order to be able to lock it, we gotta hold the kodachi in the right way. That means that our index and our thumb are gonna touch, so with their tips like this. And the wrist is gonna be rotated internally, so like this. So that the kodachi is gonna be just a part of my arm. If you can see it, it's just the continuing of my arm, like this. If I do this, you actually can see the weapon apart from my arm. So it's gonna be like this. Okay, let's try. Kote-ote. When you're coming back to kamae, make sure your arm is always extended and you don't bend it, but always like extend it. And I'm just gonna lifting the tip up. Kote-ote. 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 Okay. Now I'm gonna control some of you. Kote-ote. 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 Okay. Make sure to actually extend the arm up and then bringing it forward so that you actually give volume to the strike and you can really attack the space. So here I extend and then bringing it down, like I'm launching it. Okay, I'm gonna create a kind of semicircle, a circumference. Okay, so here I launch it up and down, going forward. Again, kote-ote, 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 kote-ote. Okay, make sure also to make the body follow the weapon. So the weapon always anticipates my body. That means that I'm launching the strike and just at the end, I'm gonna move my body forward. So launching and just now, I'm gonna do the strike and move my body forward. Okay, now we're gonna do do. Do is a bit more difficult because this time we're going to follow a diagonal, okay? The loading part is the same, so we're going to lift our kodachi on the top of our head as we have seen before, but this time we're going to move on this diagonal, so we're going to move to the side, to the right side, and we're going to follow the diagonal of our temple, so here. Don't open it too much like this. This is too much, but we want to follow this diagonal of our temple. So moving to the side, then launching it. So extending and bringing it forward. It has to stop exactly here at the same height of our other wrist, so the one that is here. And it has to be parallel to the ground as well, as we have seen with Kote. So again, Migaradoti, 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 Migaradoti. Okay. It's important also how you come back to kamae from the strike. So when you do every strike, always come back gradually and controlling the movement. So here, one, and kamae. Do, kamae. Controlling it and not bending the elbow. Again, Migaradoti, 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 Migaradoti. Okay, now Ashi. This time we're gonna follow the other diagonal. That means that we're always loading on top of our head, but this time moving to the left side. So left temple, left diagonal here, and we're gonna stop here, like we are hitting the leg of our adversary. This time, this is the only time in which the left foot, if you're right-handed, so the foot that is back, is gonna be flat on the ground. So like this, and this leg is gonna be completely extended, while this one is gonna be bent at 90 degrees here, creating this angle of 90 degrees. That means that we should not do this or too much like this, but creating 90-degree angle. So the only time in which the foot that is back is flat on the ground. In all of the Kihon, this foot has the heel that is just a bit elevated from the ground. Okay, but this time it's gonna be flat on the ground. Se mi mettete un attimo sia Chiara sia Sara, si mettono, vabbè, ok, fatelo laterale. Ok, fatelo, ok. If you see, for example, Sara, yeah, okay, she creates a triangle with the head, the weapon, so the kodashi, and also the leg that is back. Okay, so just create one line from the foot to the head, one line from the head through my arm to the kodashi here, like this. Okay, let's try. Idarigaraseti. 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 Idarigara-sete. Okay, keep on doing it. Idarigara-sete. 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 Okay, this time don't like also give diagonal also to this strike. So don't make it too much vertical like this, but give some diagonal to it. Okay, so it's this, not too much vertical like this, but always following the diagonal, not too much. So not this, this is too much, but just a bit of diagonal. Yeah. Okay, again. Idarigara-sete. 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 Okay. Ski. Last one, but not the least one. Okay. This time we don't really have a loading part. That means that we have to find another way to really attack the space and give volume to this strike. So in order to do it, we can also like break ski into more movements. The first one is that we extend the kodachi like this, like someone is pulling us like this. Don't lower it, so it's not this. No, we want to extend it forward, like someone's pulling us. We lose balance, and then when we're almost there to fall, we attack the space and like do this step forward. So extending and then attacking the space. Okay. Again. Ski. 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 Okay. After ski, we have moto no ichi, so 5 steps going back. What we want to do is lifting on the tips of our feet and always maintaining the same height when we're doing the steps. So this means that from here, we're going to do this. I cannot go too much farther. So this. Try to make this as fluid as possible. Okay, so let's try. Moto no ichi. I'm going to do just 4 steps because I can't do 5. Moto no ichi. 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 Okay, make sure that when you do it, the foot that is in front is always facing forward. So it's straight forward like this, and don't do this. Okay, it's not gonna be facing the diagonal or bilateral or this way, but straight forward. Okay, always straight forward. Okay, again, moto no ichi. Okay, Osameto. This time, this is the opposite of Kameto. So if for Kameto we have done this, now for Sameto we're gonna do this. So always going up and then down, not lateral, not even down, but up. I prepare my hand here, so I lift it, and I'm gonna go back to the kursuke position. Okay, so from here, making a step back like this. And then rei that we have seen before. So we're gonna repeat moto no ichi, sameto, and rei. Moto no ichi, sameto, rei. Okay, again. Moto no ichi, sameto, rei. Okay, now that we have actually finished, we're gonna do it all, okay? I don't know, maybe a couple of times, 3 times, 4 times, I don't know. Just other 5 minutes and we are done. I know that it's late. Okay, kursuke, rei, kamae-to, me no te, kote o te, migara do te, idari gara shite te, tsuki, moto no ichi, sameto, rei. Okay, again, I'm gonna see you. Kursuke, rei, kamae-to, me no te, kote o te, migara do te, idari gara shite te, tsuki, moto no ichi, sameto, rei. Again, kursuke, rei, kamae-to, me no te, kote o te, migara do te, idari gara shite te, tsuki, moto no ichi, okay, if it can help you, when you are doing Kihon, but this is good and important also for the Dotsu, try always to control your movements also through your breath. So, for example, if I'm going to do men, and then, okay, it can help you to control the movements and not be too much contracted. Okay, again. Kursuke, Re. Kamae to. Menote. Koteote. Migaradote. Idari garasete. Ski. Motonoichi. Sameto. Re. Okay, one last time so that I can see you, and we're done. Okay. Kisuke. Re. Kamae to. Menote. Koteote. Migaradote. Idari garasete. Ski. Motonoichi. Sameto. Rei. Okay. Okay, yes, we are done. And really good to all of you. Really good. Good job. I know it's difficult to really try to make everything at the same time. So add all the corrections at the same time. I know, but really good. Bravi. Bravi, bravi, bravi.
Diego. I'll look if I can Diego. Where's Diego? Can I add him? Can I find
Eccolo.
him? Cannot find him together.
It's Italy team. It's written Italy.
Yeah, here I found him. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. It was an amazing.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for the patience. Thank you for the patience.
Thank you, thank you. I thank everyone who took part, who participated, and every teacher, so Tibor, Arthur, Philippe, Diego, the Italian girls, Kia, Sarah, Miriam, yeah, everyone. And send me a message to my Facebook account, send me your addresses, and I will send you my book about sports Shambara. It's about Morte. It's in German, but I can send it to you. It's everything inside what I taught last week. So I send it to Arthur, I send it to who has it, still have it.
Thank you.
Yes.
I send it to you. Send me a message with your addresses, maybe the whole Italian team together, and also Paolo too. He got one too. Diego Paolo for the Italian team.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thank you so much,
you.
and hopefully we can do it on the month, maybe with Japanese teachers. So on a Saturday morning like this, so we can do it ongoing. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. It was an honor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Italia.
Forza Melissa.
Oggi non si più,
Mille grazie.
Forza.
Ciao.